All right, this is the last try.
On the purchase coming in
right now we're going to be VOD reviewing G2 versus FURIA, and for the most part I missed it, but I also want to see why G2 pretty much underperformed. They end up losing to FURIA
once more
in 3 maps.
The Tesk, I'm sure, sitting here smiling ear to ear. You talk about basic on this Phoenix, and he's looking unbelievable once again. Koala Noob just running forward, will take the last one out, and that's a super solid start for FURIA.
Very much so here on the side of FURIA, especially when you know that G2, they're trying to get that operator online early for Baby Bay. Being able to stave off that early start with building that economy is definitely huge, and denying that opportunity to G2 for now.
It is. It's unbelievable to kind of look back over towards the FURIA 2-game matchup that we had on Friday and say,
we're good. If anything, if it lags, then it's YouTube's
really
fault.
Solid here to start, as we're going to get obviously the very significant bonus here for FURIA after the force buy for G2 comes up empty. So now it's about headhunters and sheriffs.
All right, so
G2 can find a way to muster around.
G2 playing an interesting comp. Solo duelist, Baby Bay on the chamber. We have Trent on the sky. I personally prefer Fade. We obviously see it with Lev. Fade just gets too much value, not only with the ult, but the C's, the I, and the Prowlers. I think probably the Prowlers are the most useful kit that Fade has. And so while yes, instead of the Phoenix, they have Sky.
Offensive wall will go up. There's the noise.
But in this case, I think Sky's drone and initiator power is a lot less
an incredibly hot start here for FURIA.
Impactful.
They kick things off 10-2 up against 2G, and so many of those rounds actually were in those retake scenarios. If they won 8 of those retakes in that matchup.
Let's get into it.
They haven't even had to, even attempt that at this point. Now they need to break this streak from FURIA.
Yeah, big time. And because of the flawless round, FURIA are now just building up their bank account, still holding on to a couple of Spectres and that Judge. First contact here,
FURIA win the bonus round. Fagmo gets the punish on Koala Noob. It's a good attempt
for G2. FURIA feeling the pressure
to take it first time you got to beat
here from the attack.
I like that from FURIA. Only lose one person, but
just waiting for the timing also on the group.
Nothing too crazy.
The case. Good timing to dodge that Prowler.
Leaf on a solo lurk just spotted the Viper, but he's going to get punished
because of trying to contest the mid
not being aware of the fade.
That poison cloud is not there for the Viper. Here comes the hit over towards B main. Trailblazer to clear some space behind the fast lane. Jajamo will get free.
Even though FURIA do win their bonus, they don't buy up, which is good for their econ, but they may end up losing this round.
Should be able to read at least 2 of the players' backside dirt. And now the defense starts to set up their control points as they look to
in a retake from FURIA,
off this 2-2 split.
Right now, Calm is clearing mid just in case there's a late lurk, but they killed the Viper. And
so it will be hell instead.
They don't have to worry about that.
No, Baby Bay's still healthy.
Good pick. First timing.
Shy making their move, able to get the opener and stay alive. Need help from basic up top.
And with time low,
you have to make a move. You have to go quickly.
Good double swing by G2.
The site, that's when G2 collapse. Maybe be able to find the opener onto Calm. Nice timing here from Jacamo, who will take 3 in a round.
With a good timing. This results them in them losing the round.
To stabilize that economy. Nicely done and held into the post plant.
Taking a little bit too much time.
That's also a little bit of a preview of, yes, we have seen the retakes from FURIA be so successful, even when Koala isn't still alive into the round. But those relay bolts really do make such a big difference for
there was no team fight for FURIA.
I think that round right there, I mean, honestly, it's just that play through mid is so different because the Viper mid, and you saw how antsy Calm was about giving up mid.
FURIA playing in the op.
Koala Noob, aggressive angle, able to find perfect timing to shut down Baby Bay early.
It's interesting seeing Koala Noob on the op. I think he
G2 kind of doing this 1-3-1 split. Now all of a sudden
has been good on it, but I don't think he's been anything like superb. I never got the narrative about him like needing to be on the op, and that's what FURIA kind of played in, and what kind of has been their downfall at a point, because they put him on the jet and they felt like, oh, we need to put him on the op. And once they put him on the op, it wasn't anything game changing.
Getting back on towards side, able to avoid most of that guiding light.
And one thing I was thinking about a lot earlier,
does the defense,
as I was
also has calm half committed on to B.
Kind of seeing, you know, with the podcast, and everybody was saying about FURIA and G2, but I think FURIA just needed a win. They just needed a win to be able to say, okay, we need once we get the win off our back, we realize, okay, we're just getting in our own way. That, like, most of our losses just comes down to details and kind of figuring ourselves out. But once they got the win, it's like, okay, we finally got the, you know, the saying is like, we finally got the monkey off our back. From there, they can play a lot more free and not have to worry about losing.
Their life backside screens as the defense rotates over. The big
and that's why in this case we see
dark cover towards screens,
a potential upset against G2.
An opportunity for Leaf to even pull the trigger.
So they can take more plays, they can take more risk, and feel like that, you know, we already got our win.
That's enough. Fallon will drop, dodge him with the last one left. 1v4 with the overdrive out.
And in this round, we're
putting pressure on towards the spike, but the post plant position will be challenged.
G2 just lose to being isolated in teamfights. Good job from FURIA.
Has such a big hand into the mid round with how much he does relay information to
every
the team
single player is isolated. There, nobody double peeked. I mean,
really solid for FURIA. G2 will be on a broken
apple
here with really
what's the
not
saying?
much to work with in terms of their ultimates either. So difficult round 6 to come. G2 looking to go quickly.
Basically,
the
table's turn.
Jump into a listen in.
No, I'm good.
See how much you get from this fade value? Like, being able to stall a couple seconds as your teammates be able to get a rotate is so much more valuable. Like, within them playing the Phoenix, in this case FURIA, and them being able to play the Phoenix, they don't have to play the fade. I mean, not the fade, the sky.
That's it. It should be ramp now. A lower. Viper at 90. Nice trade. I think both main.
And they just get taken over this round by Leaf.
What a play from play at mid. Just hits the high road, moves quickly, comes up at perfect timing. Thank you for the op, and single-handedly is the difference maker for G2.
Yeah. That's just a Leaf takeover round. I mean, if Leaf is that good on the chamber, why aren't we putting him on? Why aren't we putting him on?
This is going to be a big conversation point though for FURIA about what's happening at
why aren't we putting him on chamber? Bro was one of the best chambers at one point.
Largely leaning towards A. The middle of the map has been wide open for G2 to take, and trying to stop it with just the hot hands is likely not going to be enough for the length of this first half. Basic still holding into a corner. Fast lane will fall. Initial trade comes through, but Leaf is able to find Basic before he could really stop the play. Artisan is able to get out, keep their life, but the Viper's pit.
In a 3v5, this is not winnable for FURIA, unless, yeah, no time. So we're gonna skip this round.
Again, called out how he can be here for FURIA, and now you see the adjustment. Shy back over into vents.
Yeah, I feel like we just have to put the poison cloud down here at mid, keep replacing it with the dark cover, just do the standard job. Keep that middle of the map contested as best you possibly can. Guiding light through the dark cover though at B main. Puts a little bit of pressure here on Artisan, who takes one shoulder check and says not really all that interested.
Okay.
Hunting for toes is Baby Bay.
So we have a love default, but we don't usually see chamber
now we'll do it the old-fashioned
holding a line in B main where it can easily be smoked off.
Still finding ways to put some pressure.
So in this case where it looks like a B split,
to follow, that may be enough for them to start making their commitment to try to feel out the other side of the map before they actually execute.
They have nothing to work off of. What you two do G2 have to work off?
G2 likes to play.
So they realize they're not going to get anything for free in B, and so they full rotate and spawn. Right now we have our chamber just watching mid. See if anybody's willing to fast rotate or get cut off. And what is Jagamo doing? Hold up.
Really good utility.
What is Jagamo doing?
Walk up. Now
he gets C's. Okay.
Really good utility coming through the bolt in particular from Koala Noob sets.
Is he trying to watch Heaven? But
makes their move.
Isn't Valen or Leaf supposed to hold Heaven?
The relay.
If Fade is on site and they seize, you haven't cleared backside.
In particular from Koala Noob sets himself up for two. Now the slide.
What a
oh
shot.
My goodness. Baby Bay.
And Baby Bay is stuck in mid. Nowhere to go.
Keep replacing the smoke at mid. Force G2 to have to spend utility if they're going to try to continue to contest.
Ooh, we're at 180
ramp.
subs. Let's go.
And then just stack the box at A. It's been really, really well formulated. Still full purchase here for G2. They're going to be low on economy, though, if things start to go awry in this round 9, though.
Poison's off. Toxin screen down.
Were you clear over at the A side? Not going to see anything over at ramps.
So right now G2 are prodding mid. They may be able to catch basic.
What's trying to do what they can to contest Seekers at the ready for
which they probably won't. But one thing I want to rewind is that I've never seen Lev thrown up this wall. Unless somebody was contesting it and they knew that somebody was mid, then that makes sense. But what signs do G2 show to
over at the A
that they're gonna go mid?
See anything.
On accumulated. Oh, if things backbend utility at A, still full 9 though.
Nothing. It's just silence.
Anything over at ramps.
And so just off of a timing where we could potentially die depending on the team.
Blaze wall will come through.
We're throwing up the blaze wall.
Once again, just trying to do what they can to contest Seekers at the ready for Trent. Gonna call that out immediately. Basic feeling the pressure once more. Just puts the hot hands down, but
Jogmo with a good
completely encompass the top side of the stairs. So Jogmo's able to find first blood.
Good entry onto site.
Artisan able to stay alive for now. Tucked in cover.
Right now they're contesting this heaven space, trying to hold it for a second as Jogmo figure out what's going on this side.
Stuck in the corner.
Gets the kill, trade.
Shy traded out on site. G2 with the numbers, and FURIA a decision to make here in a 2v4.
Koala is so far away from this play.
In a 2v4.
If he
G2 in the round.
You're absolutely furious.
Here, though. They have three.
Fast lane come through, haunted.
Ooh, what a spam.
Spam things out for
that was a pointless eye.
And that is an absolutely perfect recipe. It has not been a linchpin for success for G2. And that's enough blood out. 5v4, minute 10 of the clock.
Oh my god. Okay. What is FURIA doing? What is FURIA?
You can just seize Haunted, and that's enough contest to stop G2 from getting full A tower. Comms perspective.
Hey, Basic must have saw
contest to stop G2 from
Baby
getting full
Bay.
A tower control. So really good adjustment here from FURIA. First blood out, 5v4, minute 10 of the clock.
But even then, what is that Molly gonna do?
G2, Baby Bay.
See, now we know the chamber is there.
It's been so hard to see the value right now out from the lurks. He's been punished, or FURIA also have not been giving him anything.
Artisan in some trouble. Bobble wall from Shy. Absolutely brilliant. Has a snake bite down this round. And he's tagged to 16 HP.
And Basic is there just in time. Baby saves off again. We go into the next round because this is not winnable.
Potentially on the cards here.
Unless it was prime,
they're gonna have the tour de force for Baby Bay. Full rifles across the board everywhere else. And we're looking for our first possible early peek over towards B main, but Art's in holding the dark cover. But once again, we still a little bit different this time because Koala Noob's got the scope up through mid, but different wall position for FURIA, different setup overall for Shy, but this is all afforded by the fact that
Koala Noob gonna get nothing, nada.
And the other thing too is with that toxic screen, it forces G2 to use Trent's utility on that sky to clear out that space a bit earlier.
And same thing.
Instead of being able to scale up closer into mail to get that trailblazer in.
Artisan's gonna put a one-way.
I'm just really surprised that
they know where Chamber is. Chamber's
that the
probably the weak side
again at mid, where they found so much success,
or at least the weak side.
A ramps this time. Maybe some of it is because, okay, we know that Koala Noob is going to be so far out of the picture that we won't get held by a relay bolt this time. But instead, it's a really nicely timed snake bite from Shy. C's was right there with it. Jawjamo now making their move with the overdrive to clear out tower, trying able to find first blood. Viper's pit on the backside of screens is really not going to affect G2 all that much because look at the re-wrap back through mid. Brilliant read here from G2. Now just comes down to winning the gunfights on B.
It's about to get really messy with this reflood back onto site. They already have the space, but they're re-wrapping back around. They do not have time for this. Shy going down changes everything.
And they have enough time
Shy
to
was
plan.
kind of stuck of, do I need to go help? Do I need to stay here? And G2 able to find the pick, drop the Viper's pit, and get the post plant at A. This is one of those rounds for Furia that's going to feel so difficult to even re-navigate, just simply due to the fact that you have all of this extra space that was just grabbed by G2. You don't know if someone's in your spawn. You don't know if they're holding at ramps, and it looks like Furia are just going to kind of cut their losses and save.
Absolutely. Especially because, I mean, it's not like their pockets are hurting, but you don't want to risk helping Trent cycle into those Seekers for the final round of this half.
All right, we are good on stream. Everything looks
good. We've seen the adjustments. We've seen how good the mid-holds
for a second we were lagging.
Shy is there to lock it down. I think the extremities have been a bit tough at Noob. For Toxic.
Out of the half, this could be critical to get this to a 6-6 half. They're going to feel very, very good about how they're able to navigate Furia's early presence. And the dark cover that we saw in the opening rounds from G2 toss right behind the poison cloud, putting pressure on towards mid.
So now we have our chamber and aiming against.
And this will be the first time we've had a kind of 3-2 split up where Baby Bay looks like he may try to challenge an early peek at ramps, but
that's a good spot.
Instead it's the trademark.
Bro's just putting chamber trips.
Force out some utility, but Baby Bay is actually looking for contact here. Hold on a second.
Baby Bay's panicking.
1v1 versus either Koala or Calm.
They know chamber's there.
And he's going to get it, and Koala Noob is going to take the dub. So an early 5v4, and all of a sudden G2, who
what's the point of having chamber on the map
really
if Leaf is already our lurker? There's a reason that Lev doesn't play chamber
in the middle of
on
the
split.
Map. Flash is going out into beheaded.
What a shot.
It doesn't even matter. Koala's on the line.
Calm still in position. As soon as a fast lane drops, Koala Noob's also got a backup weapon just in case.
Pretty much the idea is like, okay, if we have a chamber, then we're gonna have to play super slow. And when has G2 ever been like a fanatic, super slow type of team?
Playing with the clock. Loses out his first life to Valen, but Calm is right there, and Valen's got nowhere to go. At least he shouldn't have anywhere to go. And there we are.
Good writing of position.
Yeah, been a super slow type of team. I mean, even when they made grand finals in Bangkok,
for the first 5-6 rounds.
I don't remember them ever being like a super slow type of team.
Maybe a little bit too solid split. We'll find out when we come back.
That's me. World Cup. I'm at access for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you close.
Just kind of based on what we had seen from this Furious squad when they were playing up against 2Game. We really didn't have a chance to evaluate much of their offense because they won 10 rounds defensively. So opportunity here for us to really get a look to see what Furia has, and if they could take this opening pistol, they should be feeling very confident about their ability to run into Haven up 1-0.
Well, what we have our eyes on here for Furia is going to be that spacing, that comfort there. Again, for Koala, this Neon has been a new role for him.
Calm is making hella noise.
Very stunning since picking it up on the defensive side.
The initiator
it's been that attack that has been a little bit more uncomfortable.
Much noise,
not used to being that first point of entry for his team.
Yeah, that was a big statistical boon for them. Looking at it, he was like 1 in 10 on the offensive side on one of the maps versus 2Game. He was like 0-8 in first blood contacts. Not what you want to see, but looks like he's going to find an entryway this time around. Trent backside, able to find one. Paranoid to try to isolate.
Punish on the
Baby Bay and some
and it's just
able to find 2.
Leaf with the frenzy.
And Koala looks a little smooth right now. Tell you what, feeling like there's a little bit of extra confidence in the mix as Leaf will drop in. Fury look good for the pistol, pending Valen doesn't do something insane.
Hey, sometimes it's just shaking off the first official where you're pulling out a new role.
Valid.
Nice adjustments thus far. The work that Furia has put in the past couple of days.
First contact is clean from Valen. Paranoia towards
trying to blind the elbow player.
Koala's in a little bit
and
of
they know it's fine, or Valen knows it's fine for Heaven.
Ghost picked up. You see the shoulder on towards Calm. And Valen is going to try to get this thing at least a halfway, but Koala just sneaks around.
Good team play.
In the round. That'll do wonders for the confidence for Koala Noob.
Both pistols now being picked up here by Furia. They picked into this map feeling confident for a reason. The defensive side, you're looking over at Baby Bait, trying to get set up on some of those deeper lines.
Qualinu missed the stun. He's blinded.
After a pistol loss, and they're gonna
and they get mowed down on the force.
Two resets and gets a headshot onto Qualinu,
Okay,
but
it's
cannot
slightly
finish the
winnable.
food. So
They
a
can
decent
pick
trade
up-
there's Furia. Still find ways to get on towards A. Defense moving quickly,
Yep,
but there's going
they
to be a
can pick up
post-plant
a
setup
gun.
for Furia.
Stinger versus Stinger.
The retakes, though, from G2, it's one of the best. They're one of the best teams in Americas at it.
The timing of this crunch up top is going to be everything. Baby Bay up to find the first with the headhunter.
He's not ready for the
Not
player.
going to anticipate the second from Shy. Calm.
Is Calm gonna clutch?
Able to step
Oh,
away.
he doesn't. Oh, what a shot.
Clean first shot. Not able to tally the second
That was
though,
where the
so leaves
last
it down
player
to
is.
Viper versus Viper. Shy versus Leaf. Pressure been put on towards the spike, and Leaf is able to win the gunfight. I mean, it looked like for a moment Shy was going to bring that one back from the depths, but G2 with the forced purchase able to get them their 6th.
Clinical out from Leaf, and again, the retakes, something that G2 have consistently been so good at the top of the retake game, honestly. Definitely a heartbreaking round there for Furia. Jogmo being able to open this round up, though, with 2 picks made all of the difference to keep Furia from setting up comfortably into a post plant.
Huge. Yeah, that one hurts. Furia looking to go up 9-5 and put a ton of daylight on the scoreboard. Now all of a sudden you're in a even eco situation between both teams. Baby Bay, Outlaw out. Not comfortable with the first shot, has to snap away. Qualinu already getting a ton of space behind that fast lane. And another quick plant for Furia.
Opportunity to take some space into screens there. Prowler will get the information.
Oh, Artisan trying to challenge this ramps play. As G2 are able to get a little bit of space back, the heal will come through. But you have to clear all of this space out. Shy still holding in the corner. Good information for Jogmo. Relay bolt will come through. Shy able to find one. Not able to get more than that. But at least there's a trade on the other side of this site. Furia still holding, but now here comes the crunch. Basic for one. Nice shot from Baby Bay. Takes the head off of Qualinu. It leaves it down to Calm. 1 versus 2. Time becoming a bit of an issue. Time becoming a very big issue. Trying to find the pick, but is there enough time? Doesn't feel that way. And Furia are going to survive in their post plant with just half a second remaining for a Red Bull clutch.
Okay, I think I may have figured out why I've been
Furia
lagging.
being able to whittle
After
down
multiple
the
stream,
seconds
after
there.
multiple
Calm.
stream restarts, I think
Honestly,
it's finally
the
good now.
reposition just at the perfect moment.
I hope. Right now I'm looking. I'm
Really
hoping.
nicely done there
I'm hoping.
by Furia, getting a better preview now of how their split can look. And you love to, you know, Shaw is so loud we don't even get to hear his audio. Ever notice that?
I sure have. Big bounce back for Furia. G2 will bring a hero rifle in the hands of Leaf. Jogmo will have a stinger as this stack defensively in towards mid will be how G2 try to find a way to pull another round back. Qualinu already at the overdrive. Shy is tremendously close to a Viper's pit as well, which is incredible news for Furia. Same can be said though for Leaf after the hot start here in the second half.
G2 poison ready for a trap play, but it will also allow a very fast flood onto that B site after Furia show their hand.
Well, Blazeball will start. Fast lane to follow. Paranoia also cuts across. Defense not affected by that really much at all.
All right, so
now it's just down to G2
5v5
trying
retake.
to find a way to retake. So they're going to get the fast lane out
G2
early.
lost their
space to move their way
force.
over through ropes. And Leaf's going to find first blood with that hero rifle. Quality feeling
They
the pressure.
only have one
overdrive.
Phantom
he's
and
at
one
some range
Stinger.
here. So if you're Fury, you're not feeling very confident in your ability to re-clear some of the space out. Smokes will fade. Now it's just down to Candy
What
with
a
the
shot by
gunfights, and
Leaf.
Leaf finds a second. Flash comes through. Quality able to find one before dropping,
And he's
but Shy
blinded.
completely affected by
Just
the
a good
flash.
retake by G2.
And G2 continue to give us this back and forth affair in the second half of split.
consistently good at those retakes, but not just that, also on those half-buy rounds, when they are on those eco disadvantages, it's something that G2 are so comfortable in converting. The way that they look to play together, leveraging the fact that they're consistently finding those swings. Sure, maybe a little bit of luck with that one shot we saw it dropping down from rafters there.
Great TP, baby. I was just saying. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Insane TP. But wow, this completely throws this half into disarray. Furia will take the pack punish and just go on towards basic pistols with one ghost for Koala Noob. So the eco starting to establish control for G2. Baby Bay, Outlaw out. This is the first shot. Holds for an opportunity for the second, but eventually will teleport back towards safety.
I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're okay right now. The stream is looking good.
Shy trying to find an opening here, but will be spotted out.
Can't imagine the amount of times I restarted. But right now the stream is looking a lot smoother.
Deep Trailblazer. That's a lot of space for G2 to know.
Doesn't see calm. Jump spot will be heard though. And I think a part of why we also saw the shift in leadership for Furia back into Artsyn is because Calm is so well known.
And I've been distracted within the last half.
And it opens up that opportunity for him to play a bit more solo.
But we'll roll with it.
Timing of this walk down could be everything. Koala Noob seen on the cross. Leaf and Giacomo just trying to hold on.
Are they going to refight or are they going to contain?
They do delay the spike a little bit longer.
They could isolate these players.
You still have
but they just left the space. And our initiator player
only if you can find a couple eliminations, and now all of a sudden with those seekers
wrapped into mid, it's a double wrap.
G2 with free re-entry back over towards ramp side. Artsyn will drop.
It is finer for heaven.
The screen, no problem there. And Shy, who was trying
Shy
to
would have to go insane.
Eventually be traded away. Casual stuff for G2, but you have to expect that with the weapon advantage that they carry.
Yeah, I like the idea with Shy going back for the relurk. If there were guns in hands, maybe a bit of a different story because they wouldn't expect that second person. But G2, again, the retakes have been so clean from them. Furia. In this round, though, we do have some very impactful ultimates at hand. Basic has that run it back. So good at finding value in it since he's hopped onto this Phoenix. Nightfall as well. Shy
so
does
how we
have
doing?
that.
How we doing? How we doing, chat?
Into
how we
the
doing?
post plant to delay.
Yeah, I think that's the big key right there. Is in the post plant, Furia need to see one go through the hoop. You've got everything you could possibly want. But if G2 find a way to get this to a 9-9,
one and done off angle.
Wow, that's a really clean first elimination there.
Ooh, so much damage.
Let's get to work spraying through this fast lane. Baby Bay still holding a bit of an angle.
Trent is
providing some oversight behind the play, and that's enough.
Shy would have to dig out Valen.
But Shy has other ideas in mind. Cannot get through Valen, who gets 4 in the round, and that all starts first and foremost with Baby Bay shutting down the run it back immediately upon it.
So right now, if you're watching, subscribe. Let's get a 180. Let's get a 180. I've been having some technical difficulties trying to figure out why my vertical stream has been lagging.
Stepped out at that point, but
I think I figured it out. But if it starts lagging, just let me know. I'll try my best to fix it.
Is that Valen doesn't feel the pressure to have to give away that space. He's got Trent up top. You still got Baby Bay on a close corner in case someone tries to push up.
In between this.
We saw got to give all, not just for space, but also just overall participation in the kill feed, whether it's first bloods or not. But still, the momentum has shifted here on this map as G2 will have the weapon advantage. Couple of stingers as mentioned, which if you can get a post plant into a Viper's pit, you're feeling pretty good about your chances to hold that with stingers in particular. But the first step is getting through Leaf. And he's just throwing out shots, and he's chipping some significant damage.
Excuse me. Oh, he just has a line.
Smoke, man. Like, he's good for one every time, it feels like.
Well, he's about to get challenged out. You got to be careful here if your Leaf is running out.
Oh, what is Shy doing?
And he's going to have just enough support here with that paranoia to come through.
They're giving Koala Noob.
Post plant does get set up deep. Viper's pit here. It's going to put a
oh, he spotted the Phoenix, and they're going to try to dig out this Viper's pit.
Now they're going to crunch the
timing. Oh, calm. Oh, Trent.
Huge shot. Leaves it just down to Shy.
Oh.
Shuts him down. And G2
yeah,
will get
you
the
need to do something
first.
sensational to be able to
the players are perfectly picked apart thanks to that relay bolt as well as the hot hands that come in. Operator online here for Baby Bay. Will be shifting into this vent position that allows that quick reposition into stairs afterwards. Early pit out. Leaf, a lot of delay, a lot of good information as well. Here's 1 to 2 players spraying into B main.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I mean, just tally what the map looks like right now for G2 with that Viper's Pit coming down that early. Trademark rendezvous set up for the chamber. If Baby Bay feels the pressure, he can reestablish control at B tower. Look how aggressive, though, G2 are being over towards sewers, but Shy anticipates it. Able to get the first. He wants more. I think he just saw the barrel, but Valent's able to slip back towards safety. Regardless, though, numbers advantage for Furia, and they're going to get mid control to try to crunch onto A.
Trent either needs to go big in A heaven or has to back off to retake with the team.
Well, he's going to give himself maybe a chance at a first contact. Nope, backs up to screens.
Gotta go. Blinded.
Flash will find the information. So you do have Seekers available here for Trent into the retake.
And if we're looking at ults, Baby Bay is one away.
But
Valorant, the anchor, gets traded.
Able to keep their life.
Right now it's a 4v3. Leaf has ult, so does Trent. Trent might try to get this one.
You have to do this the hard way. And Trent almost opens the door through
I think he knows double peek. What a good play by Furia. What a good play.
Is just going to sit here and see if you can find a couple of picks.
And then Baby Bay and Leaf need a save.
Really, really nice calls there from Furia into the post plant. The layer of having that haunt alongside that double swing really is what shuts down G2 from even attempting to flood in at that distance.
And they make it close to flawless.
You know he's going to give it
to be called was the that trophy back in 2020.
See what we get go of things here on Split, but bringing out the extra boom through mid could allow G2 to set themselves up just a touch differently. Quick aggression over towards A Rams.
Yep.
Just a casual
taking first time into Rams, nobody contests.
Afterwards, Trailblazer to
just
recontest.
Trailblazer.
And really, it only sees Koala Noob. So if you're G2, you're not going to move your defense.
And might have spotted,
but obviously the threat is well established here today.
Basic.
Look at how far back.
Okay, so some proactivity from G2. They're going down.
Always
and they may get a free kill depending on how patient Baby Bay is.
Look to re-clear that space with his utility, but this walk down
timing.
For G2.
And Leaf gets 3.
I was about to say that's the issue. Without establishing that there was another layer to that approach towards A, G2 feel the comfortability and confidence to step through mid, and now all of a sudden the spike is down, and Artson's going to have to go on a bit of a Saving Private Ryan mission here. He is on his lonesome, and if there's a chance for Furia, he would have to do something immaculate over the top of the A site.
I mean, this current setup that you have.
So then the rest of Furia have to save.
I'm a bit second. Try to see advantage
to that mid and
that
out
takes
from Furia
to
as
11.
opposed to those heavy stacks. So just looking to play those numbers and try to punish that position.
Let's choke them.
Well, full purchase still available here for Furia, so they're not out of the picture yet, but this is a must-win. You drop this one, you're going to be on a pretty poor purchase trying to get this thing to overtime. So super important round here for Furia. Their map pick of Split. It started strong, but you drop this round and things start to feel really panicked.
Baby Bay.
And once more, G2 going to show
just trying to control the smoke.
Mid, calm, feeling it out just
Why
a touch.
Is calm?
That our cover blocks, and now Furia. Ooh, they've been seen as Jogamo and take that into
second kill isolated.
Furia were trying to sneak their way up ramps, but immediately punished, and G2 have a huge advantage 5 versus 3.
Oh, timing.
Really nice micro call there, and Leaf to be able to take down Artzine. Feels like the nail in the coffin in this round.
What's the point of throwing util if our team isn't trying to take the space?
To try and hit that match
like, it's
point.
cool. Like, I think it's fine personally one round.
You have to be
but to do multiple rounds?
Like we need them. But at the same point, Walden's got some isolation over to Jajimo. Able to slip away for a small moment. Calm now by themselves.
Calm in a 1v3. I want to go back to that round. Let's go back. What is Calm doing? Calm is solo mid.
Really panicked.
Pretending like, oh, we're about to take space in mid.
Gonna show some extra force.
There's a fade eye. Nobody in vent.
Feeling it out just a touch.
And here, we hear the Sky Dog. And so Sky, or why did I say Sky? Shy instantly reacts and starts to point towards ramps because maybe they could be trying to re-clear ramps. Basic, again, turns. Koala Noob looks like he turns as well. And so during that timing, Giacomo was able to take a peek out. Just a little peek. Just a little peek. She Sai gets a kill. They notice Giacomo. But as the dog goes in and what is it? What is even the phrase? Like as the dog lunges, sees basic, easy 1v1, not be able to trade.
Barrel and take that into a second. FURIA were trying to sneak their way.
So rather than going, hey, we have 3 on A while Calm is doing whatever, we can go and try to contest heaven.
Super important round here for FURIA.
Okay, during this timing, you want to avoid the spam.
But you drop this
but
round.
What are 3 people holding the same angle for? We can literally just have Shy on this angle while our 2 duelists go and try to contest ramp into heaven. No?
Things start to feel really panicked. And once more, G2 going to show some extra force here.
And so again, we're looking at Calm. Calm through a fade eye. He has 2 prowlers. And when did he use a C's? Did he? He didn't buy a C's. Okay, wait. Or did he just use it at the beginning of the round? Okay, he just used it at the beginning of the round.
You drop
or
this
B main. Okay, that's fine.
Take that into a second. FURIA were trying to sneak their way up ramps, but immediately punished. And,
nice micro round.
Weapons like we slip.
Okay, and we're just gonna skip this round.
In particular, one little thing for them, and right, they get it's do or die. They will. We were going to highlight him throughout ability.
Tough. I think that for sure isn't.
Yeah, it's you here versus held down to by Trent. Just comes down to what couple of the rounds on their
ideas have been there from FURIA. It's been more on G2 being so successful at disrupting those moments when they're just
now in this
ready
round,
to try and break through.
We're actually gonna work towards mid.
Have been absolutely sublime in that regard when it comes down
FURIA
to
say, hey, they could have bought an op.
I like this. Speaking of a trap pop player,
Baby's been moving around. Maybe he can be holding a line in mid.
Trent is not interested this time around. Trailblazer will come.
And so we're gonna fade dog. We don't see anything. We just see
decent info that it is just Trent.
Calm again, and then this round.
But that doesn't really impact.
We can bait it because Calm has been before conditioning. Hey, I'm in mid, but I've just been by myself.
Trying to also use the conditioning,
or at least with Omen.
It only spots out Calm, who has been that lurking player here in mid. Now instead, a presence of 3 players.
We just use one prowler so far.
Really good flash.
Good flash, but they don't know how much.
FURIA, can they find a way to put pressure on?
Now we're gonna entry with Neon ult. There's 3 here.
Already slipping away, but Basic.
Giacomo
trying
and he doesn't gets insta-traded.
Contact onto Koala Noob. Calm in the corner. Turns the numbers back over to FURIA. 4v2 situation.
Hold up, I want to go back. I want to go back. So Valen feels the crunch or feels the pressure from B main, knowing that he could get timing, even though it is smoked up.
But FURIA, can they find a way to put
and so what he's gonna do is gonna try to contest as they're flooding out.
Nightfall's gonna.
Oh, he doesn't even try to fight. He goes and tries to blind B main because they could be posing the idea of a B split. Obviously they're flooding out through heaven, so it is a B split. And so he goes flying B
Keep your
main
eye on
and then tries to fight heaven.
Valent's position.
So okay, in a 50-50 Valent dies.
Already
Okay, that's
slipping away,
fine.
but Basics able to find him first.
And Giacomo,
Trying and hopefully able to get
Jay
something. He's
died,
able to go
traded.
great.
Okay, so we're in a man disadvantage just because Valen was on site, try to blind the person in B main to be able to prevent being able to be crunched on site. And he takes a 50-50 duel in heaven, he dies. And then Giacomo, bunkered on site, tries to be able to hold site while he's in fataled.
Tacked onto
And then Leaf, a bulldog against a phantom in close range,
in the corner.
loses it.
Turns the numbers back
And that
over to Fury.
turns
4v2 situation, post plant
a
set
potential
up.
winnable
And Trent
3v4
Baby Bay
versus
are gonna have a really tough time trying to work this one back.
2v4.
They're gonna have two different 1v2 moments
And
here.
since they have so much money, they can
First
afford
shoulder comes
to win, to try to take
Dancing,
it.
Able to find the elimination on a Baby.
And Calm wins 2 crucial battles. I think at least the idea is that Leaf thought the whole team would be flooding out of heaven, and so he's trying to take an early timing, either to try to contest that heaven space if there is a player there, or to just try to regain the control of it. And so in that instance, he dies.
To try to
And it looks like Leaf, or not Leaf, Trent dies.
he takes space behind to run it back if Giacomo is able to earn it. And keep an eye on the setup here for G2, especially over towards B, because we have not seen much of this. The trademark is still down for Baby Bay, who does have an operator. And he'll have that back over towards mid vents, but this looks like this very well may be an early feel out for Koala to challenge over towards, or not Koala, for Giacomo to challenge over towards B main.
Well, crossfire being set up there by G2. Furia waiting to see what information G2 will give up.
This is everything right here. If Baby Bay can get one Prowler, so that's free space now for Fury.
Definitely are. And it's going to come down to Art Xena
Okay,
as
in
well.
a 1-3-1,
In a 1v2
they can
scenario,
split
you also have
towards
Valorant
either side.
already
But since
ready with the paranoia, with that positioning.
G2
off
have
Giacomo's
contested B main,
Oh, they're able to spot out shy over towards A ramps.
there's going to be a
Here's
problem
the
for the
running back play
Omen.
up towards mid.
And that signals
And once more,
that
that is a
they're
lot of free space.
splitting on
And now all of a
B.
sudden you have to find
Artisan.
this pick. Artisan's able to find the information.
That's a
though,
pretty
and
good
keep
jiggle.
themselves alive. Valen, they will
And
really
the
stay
two players are
committed
getting
to the
crunched.
main.
Giacomo
And
feels
this
like he has to
is a miserable spot
try
for
to fight
G2
his way
being able to
out,
get
and
isolated as
Koala
Koala
Noob
gets
punishes
the
them
first
both.
information
Wow.
Over towards A
So what did G2 do to try to avoid this?
ramps. But here
Baby Bay, where is his
here's the
rendezvous?
run it back.
Xena.
This play towards B main. So that's free space now for Fury. And all of a sudden, with G2 still committed to this play towards B main, they are.
Where is his rendezvous?
This is everything. You have massive advantage, but he misses the Prowler.
Okay,
that's
so
free
he
space now
didn't
for Fury.
have, he was playing to control mid and had to pick up his
And all
rendezvous.
of a sudden, with G2
And so
still
during this
committed,
timing, while his thing
1v2 scenario,
refreshes,
y'all, off of Giacomo's
he
call.
still doesn't
oh, they're able to spot
have
out
it.
shy over towards A ramps. But here's the run it back play up towards mid.
I think in this instance, either if G2 know that they're about to split into B, then the chamber has to either take a timing off, has to take a timing, try to get in and get out. But since he doesn't have his rendezvous, at least not yet, to be able to set it up, because how much time is left?
Paranoia
So
with that
he gets
positioning
it at
off of Giacomo's
exactly
call.
like 45.
Oh, they're able to spot out shy over towards A ramps. But here's the run it back play up towards mid.
Literally gets it right now, so he doesn't have enough time. So in that instance, if he has his rendezvous, he can go and try to take a timing, and so that he can get the pick to try to support the B players. But in this instance, since he doesn't have the rendezvous, what he can do is go play rafters so that he can try to fight off the players in heaven. Take a peek, probably get one, and if he doesn't, then maybe he has enough time to get back into CT. But in that instance, VCT tries to beat the timing.
Now all of a sudden you have to find this pick. Artisan's able to find the information.
But by that time, Koala Noob already has thrown his wall. He misses the timing. And so as the players split, there's no one to be able to help them. And from there they get crunched. They have no support.
And this is a miserable
and the rest of the players
G2
just go through B because they know that the chamber PP'd out of mid.
Koala Noob not done, able to find the third. And G2 are looking a little bit down and out here for what would have to be extra innings.
Artzine with that paranoia on the jiggle peak was really nicely
G2
played. Koala
had committed
but it
to
doesn't
be
matter.
main, they needed Chamber's support to be able to at least try to either stall or get the kill to allow them to have favorable gunfights.
They're on adjusting to Koala.
By getting the spike down and holding post plants in that first half. Can they do so here once again? Baby Bay will bring the glass cannon into play with the operator in overtime. Trailblazer a little bit stuck behind the hot hands initially for G2, but we talked a lot about Furia's inability to successfully defend.
So in this round, they get OT.
And they're already putting in a different setup. As you have the hot hands, the blaze,
that was
and you also have smoke set up
big
for Furia
miss.
defensively.
It wasn't even close.
G2 to have to play on the outside.
Man, Artisan 6 and 15. I get he's the IGL. He's the IGL. I'll shoot him some bail.
But Furia of this.
Yeah, Artisan able to get himself over into position to help at A is everything because Calm is a little bit low on utility. Able to get the haunt back. There's the smoke, there's the flash. Artisan, a little bit of an exchange of
already on A, has to
smoke.
support Calm.
Paranoid being held, but the relay bolt goes through deep past
Calm gets traded. At least gets one. That's a win.
Position. That'll be enough for G2 to get on and set up their post plant 4v4.
Being able to maintain
if Calm win, then Artisan was planning to also bunker down site to take the hit with them. But since he knows that Calm at least got one, then they could just play the retake, especially with 3 HP.
Back out down to 3.
I mean, I'm surprised that they need to go and try to fight Furia before they get this retake. The purpose is that you want to disrupt the flow of their retake because obviously they're double duelists and so they're looking for fights. And so if you go and try to fight and at least either get Artisan, get Koala Noob, or Basic in this situation, that prevents the amount of util for them to be able to get
punishing
on
amount
site.
of damage right there from G2.
To see how Furia, rather than having to use util to try to fight this space, they're now contacting, and so they can save their flashes for when the site hit. But if they had to go ahead to fight screens,
Koala Noob,
then Basic has to use a flash. Koala Noob has to use a stun, something before the retake happens.
Has to find value on this reapproach.
So now as the retake happens,
2 flashes on Basic.
Use a flash.
Relay bolt, fast lane, but
spam down.
Fire to find the first contact. Koala Noob trying to make their way through.
Timing.
Going to be completely blindsided. Koala.
And then G2 obviously end up winning this round. But in the sense, in a broader game plan and playing against better teams, this is what they need to do. Playing against the MIBR, playing against a Loud, playing against teams that, well, obviously Loud doesn't play double duelists on split. But in this case, like a Leviathan, sometimes you do have to be proactive. But the thing with Leviathan is that they're really good at being able to gauge what the opponent is trying to do. And so they are good at limiting their util. But in this case, against a Furia, I think is better. Because in this case, yes, Leaf gets a kill through a spam down. But if he doesn't get that spam down, then what happens?
To find value on this reapproach in towards elbow.
2 flashes.
In a 4v4 retake with everybody in good health.
There's the first. Relay.
Healer spams down Artisan, the only player that is at low health.
Bolt, fast lane, but Leaf able to pre-fire to find the first contact. Koala Noob trying to make their way
That probably
through.
doesn't happen. He doesn't even get the headshot on Artisan.
No, not able to get more. Up top, Shy gets nothing. And G2 will take the edge in our first overtime.
And that's exactly what you were looking for. Rounds Furia, an opportunity for G2 to be able to find their way back onto those sites. And now the OT timeout here to be called by Dragon.
Yeah, and it's an appropriate one just based on how that second half had finished. In through them, we operator
shut down or when it does. Defense wants to look like, and it's been Baby Bay like locking down mid by himself. There just hasn't been any additional layer to help him out, so it's been tough for him to be able to find the success when it comes down to those picks.
And I will say, just because of that, him being shed off these angles, I like that they're actually not going to go to the operator here for Baby Bay. Let's set it up a little bit more orthodoxly. Get Baby Bay another weapon to try to support elsewhere on the map, and that's a quick guiding light through a ramp that Baby Bay will take some of that space away. But the pressure is already established towards B. The Valen, who's been great on an island, has to wait to peek, and he may be baited to throw the paranoia early, but nope, instead it's just a dark cover replacement. And the defense will still hold their key stall utility points.
Control.
Judgment will take a little bit of
Judgment gutting through the wall.
Leaf sliding over, responds with some of his own. Koala Noob is sitting there like, ew. We stay fine.
But the entire team actually going to look to regroup outside of A. Baby Bay's been holding this angle the entire time, but they're getting ready to swing together.
Flash at the ready for basic as well. Talk about your cause and effect. Screen will come through, and just the smallest of ankles seen is enough for Baby Bay to hold down the trigger and get first blood. And from here, Furia have to kind of commit through this. The problem is Jajimo's in position.
Considering that Koala Noob was pretty low, I don't think he gets this kill normally. Yep.
Talk about your cause and effect.
He knows he's low, sends him down, gets one, gets out.
From here, Furia have to kind of commit through this. The problem is Jajimo's in position to stall out and potentially be a great first defensive
there's
player
just no time.
onto this A site.
They have no time.
But they're getting ready to swing together.
They just had no time.
We stay 5v4.
What are Furia doing for a minute 30?
It's just a dark cover replay. Has to wait to peek, and he may be baited to ramps that actually like that they're actually not going to go to the operator here for Baby Bay. Let's set it up a little bit more orthodoxly. Get Baby Bay another weapon to try to support elsewhere on the map, and that's a quick guiding light through a ramp that Baby Bay will take. So
they're going to the SP main, but they don't feel comfortable popping out of the smoke. They don't know who's behind it.
Cover replacement. The defense will still hold their key
and
stall utility points, at least onto the B side for now.
Constantly a story of trying to get Furia
has just been holding
set up
through sewer. It's been 30 seconds in the round.
Judgment will take a little bit of chip damage.
And so our Viper is just holding the space as we go and try to end A. There's a minute left. We don't instant rotate. Our spike is still in B while the pack is in A. And so then
wanting to put that pressure on. I thought it was going to be a bait and switch, but the entire team actually going to look to regroup outside of A.
And at 40 seconds, they're still contacting, not making any noise because they had no info the whole round. In this instance where they could have fought for any piece of space, they literally have fought for nothing. They literally have fought for nothing. And so then at 30 seconds left,
talk about your cause and effect. Screen will come through.
Our duelist gets fanned down, and we have no entry. 30 seconds left. Nobody got touch with the spike. And Giacomo gets 3.
You gotta go, and as you do, it's Giacomo in perfect. Everything for G2 to take map 1.
So in both of these, from both of these teams, obviously we need to see improvements. In that round, Furia overcooked in the overtime. They didn't leave them enough space to be able to get anything. And in G2, I just need to see more proactivity, more organized team fights, just because, yeah, against Furia, you're able to clinch around in OT. But in most instances against better teams, they need to be able to be more proactive, especially with a Sky.
Presence is able to allow
organized team
to go
fight.
for those stacks on the other side of the map. Go for those more proactive plays where they're looking to fight forward.
Well, you're going to get the setup for Shy over towards C. And then early peek towards A long. A little bit of a double setup over towards Garage. Everything pretty much standard as Koala's going to get some information off the sound cues. Frenzy out, able to find one. Hot hands behind that from Basic is absolutely
good molly,
chef's
good timing.
kiss. Burned him up to a nice, well done. And that's now an opportunity for Furia to take another pistol in this series.
Artisan.
Oh, Baby B was just spotted out.
What a good timing.
Yeah, Basic set up for this one, but Artisan will beat him to the punch. Leaf, last one left.
Leaf on the Yoru.
Able to find Shy, Gate crashing back.
I want to rewind this round. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Is able to allow Furia to go for those stacks on the other side of the map. Go for those more proactive plays where they're looking to fight forward.
Well, you're going to get the setup for Shy over towards C. And then early peek towards A long. A little bit of a double